Hi there. Have you had any eye problems at all? Long-term chronic eye ailments? I have, and I'm kind of in the middle of it right now. So I'll be talking about that today on this part 2 video of my eye journey. Hi, I'm Pam Schmidt. Thanks for joining me here on Pam Schmidt TV. This is part 2 of my video talking about my eye journey. I'm in the middle of kind of a eye issue. It's a chronic thing that usually lasts a few months. Let's see if it shows today when I look at you. It's a little bit better today. My issue started about 4 months ago, and I've been going in to see the doctor just about every week since then. It's been quite a trying time for me. Like I said in part 1, this is my retirement year. I wanted to journal my year with photos, and that would involve selfies, and I haven't been feeling very good about how I look. And if you don't feel good about how you look, it impacts how your emotions and your self-perceptions and everything else. It's been quite a thing to deal with. And like I said in part 1, this is my third go around with this. Over the last, I think I tracked it down, it was 12 years I've done this. And the first time it lasted a few months, second time it lasted 2 years, and this time I'm saying it's going to be done in the next month. So at like 5 or 6 months. And prayers. You know, it's been one of those things where it was a lot of specialists and trial and error, but truly my doctors and specialists have been wonderful, and the most we can do is give prescriptions in my eyes and manage it. So there are alternative treatments that I've also added to it. I'm right now, I'm throwing everything at it just to get things turned around and healed. Along the way, one Stanford eye specialist said, "Oh, I noticed rosacea in your cheeks, and there's probably some in your eyes in this flare-up situation." So I did return back to my local specialist, and I also went to my natural health doctor. And the natural health doctor said, "You know what, you really need to look at getting rid of the inflammation in a gluten-free eating plan. And try it for, 3 months and see if that helps too." So I did that. I think I maintained the really gluten-free lifestyle for about 6 months, and in that time, my eyes did turn around. During that time also, one of my eye specialists said, "You know what, where are you in your menopause journey?" I said, "I'm in the middle of going through it." And he said, "A lot of my patients that are ladies find that if it flares up during their menopause journey, when they complete menopause, then their eye issue resolves." That did happen. So gluten-free, menopause. And then, like I said in part 1, we did some allergy testing and discovered that I was allergic to nickel, cheap metals, and iron oxide, which is a colorant product in lots of cosmetics and inks and paints. And if I got tattoos, if I would have been silly enough to get tattoo eyeliner, it would have been permanently in my skin. Whew! Thank the Lord I didn't do that before I knew. So there was a process for me of researching and finding makeup company, hair company changes for myself. I found 100% Pure is a wonderful makeup company that has fruit pigmented makeup. And so I've made that transition, and I don't have the iron oxide in my makeup. I had to change hair color company. I do my own hair coloring. And so I went to Herbitint company and also Nature Tint. And those can be found on Amazon or Vitacost or just online. Those have done a wonderful job. So gluten-free, menopause, allergies, those things really were all part of my recovery last time. So I thought I'd never have this issue again. And here I am, time number 3. It does lead me to think that even though I'm doing all the right things, there is something about the school environment, the nature of being around kids and germs and fecal exposure, I'm sorry to say, in kindergarten, as much as we say, go wash your hands, that exposure does happen. And I've searched it out, and CDC does have some articles saying that when the eyes come in contact with fecal content, there will be pink eye, which is where my journey always has begun. And then my eyes take off and do other things. My diagnosis is blepharal edema. And then there's another bigger name, but blepharal is the eyelid. And so it's my eyelids that are getting inflamed and swollen, and then they get so swollen that they are scraping on my inside of my eyes, and then my eyes become very, very dry, and then my eyes get mad about that, so then they make me tear a lot, and it's just this vicious cycle. The specialist has put plugs in to help maintain the moisture in my eyes, and that's helped. So the good news was, about a week ago, my eye doctor said, you know what, you're starting your turnaround, and I only know it because we've seen it the past 2 times, and I don't need to see you for another 2 months. So I'm hoping that we're on the way. It seems like I'm a bit better. My latest thing that I've added to it, acupuncture, and it's not around the eyes. It's, their usual places on the ear, one right here, and then there were some on the torso. My thinking in going to that was, we've been managing with medications and prescriptions up to this point, but we're not dealing with the source. And when I do my reading on eye issues, it sounds like a lot of eye issues are sourced in liver and kidney issues. To me, that sounds like acupuncture. So hadn't tried it, did it last week for the first time, and it seemed like my eyes did make a big leap in improvement. As the week went on and I'm back in the school setting and rough days, my eyes got worse. I do find that emotions play into the worst days. So there's a whole deal with that. That's where I'm at. I'll be having more treatments with acupuncture. So that is a definite direction that I'm looking right now. I'm looking at the holistic side of it. I've also been reading and working with the exercises that Dr. Sam Berne recommends. Look that up, Berne, Dr. Sam Berne. And it works on a lot of eye issues, not the one, he doesn't list the one specifically that I have, but I don't know why it wouldn't help. So I've been doing that. That takes me about 40 minutes a day. That's my exercise. Something that I've been doing for the last few years since my last chronic issue is using a type of far infrared therapy, which should help with inflammation, should go deeper into the tissue to help with the inflammation of the tissues. So this is what I use. Don't laugh. Okay, good old shop lamp, right? This is an infrared type ceramic bulb that you would get for pets, for reptiles. And so you could get it at a pet store, you can get it from Amazon. These are, this setup you could probably have for 40 bucks. What I do is I get this on. It does not emit light. It is a heat lamp. And I will hold it about a foot away from my eyes. Again, no light is coming into my eyes. And I spend some time, usually about 20 minutes, working on heating up my eyes like this. So, you've heard a lot about infrared therapy for the body, and there's infrared saunas and mats and chairs. This is a way to work on that in the eyes, and that's what I'm doing right now. Again, I'm throwing everything at it. Right now, my eye routine is taking about an hour a day between Dr. Berne's exercises and this. But the days I skip it, I can feel it. And so whether it's just belief that makes this improve, or there's actual, work going on inside the body, does it matter? I'm also reading a book by Dr. Byrne, and I might be talking about that more as I get deeper into the book in my own reading. I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to hear your eye experiences. I know everybody's is different, and mine's kind of a weird one. When I even look it up, I have a hard time finding anything on it. But I'd like to hear from you. Please take some time to leave a comment. Please take some time to subscribe and hit the notifications, because I'd love to have a little more connection with you. And please feel free to contact me. Thanks a lot for watching Pam Schmidt TV, and you have a fantastic day.